Ernie Johnson joined by Shaquille O'Neal. Kenny the Jet Smith, thanks for tuning in. You're watching the NBA on
that.
Yo, Freak, what's up?
What's up, man? Good to see you.
How's the family? CC good?
Yeah, she's good. They're all good. Nice knowing you have family to have your back all the time.
Sure. Got to keep the support system in place. Makes a big difference over a long season. Good luck tonight, man.
Thanks, man. Hey, you know we're taking this one, right?
Not a chance, Freak.
Everyone's in their seats here at the Oracle Arena as the Golden State Warriors look to grab a win in front of the home crowd here. The Warriors, Ezeli's checked in for Bogut, and it's Iguodala in for Steph Curry. So Chicago going with an almost...
But he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to run.
That moment right there. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes.
That Kia Slam Cam replay really gave you a good look at the action. The Bulls leading by 5. It's stolen by Green. Thompson outside. He kicks to Green. Feeds to Barnes. And that's out of bounds. Golden State will retain possession.
Yeah, that's a super defensive play. If that gets through, no doubt they score.
And that's why he sold out for it, because he knew he had to make that play. He wasn't going to let them get the advantage.
The Warriors making a switch here. Rush is checked in. Mirotic dishes to Freak. Sinks the triple. Freak's got 5. And Freak's agent in attendance at the game today, Dom Pagnotti, the famous Dom Pagnotti. You might hear stories positive and negative about him, but he has a lot of big-name clients, that's for sure, Clark.
Yep, and Freak is how he gets deals done, but that's not for you and I to debate.
No.
You certainly can't argue with his results.
Well, you know him well. You call him DP. I just call him Dom. And you hear so often about work ethic of players, but Freak has put his money where his mouth is. He built a private gym at his house so he can put time in on the court, Clark, whenever he wants to.
Yeah, that's a good step. And Freak is well known to be a workout. Well, freak is probably the best way to say it. So that shouldn't come as any surprise.
And here's Iguodala outside. No luck. And it's Chicago the other way, coming into this having notched a win against Cleveland in their last game.
And then in that game, guys, I mean, the beneficiary of what was some very lackluster defense being played against them.
Agreed, guys. It was really quite shocking and disappointing how many free runs to the hoop they got.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved a layup with that foul, and he'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
Ryan Hollins, he's checked in for Golden State. And Chicago also making a switch. Doug McDermott, he's checked in for Butler. There's 31 seconds left here in the first quarter. Iguodala against Brooks. Clock at 6. Iguodala with the bucket.
Just the height separation on that mid-range jumper. Excellent job of taking advantage.
Freak kicks to Mirotic. Drills the elbow jumper. Mirotic just got his first points of the night.
You couldn't have dreamed of a much better start here than they've had today.
I think the offensive game plan they came in with was right on point. It's worked perfectly,
and Steph Curry, a player within the gym range. He told us about his... I was going to say, Greg. Warriors. Festus Ezeli, he's checked in for Bogut. Draymond Green comes in for Ryan Hollins. Brandon Rush, he's checked in for Harrison Barnes. And it's Klay Thompson in for Andre Iguodala. Taking a look at the Bulls. Baldwin, he's in at the point. Mirotic is out there with Portis. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Brooks in at the 2 spot.
Yeah, but the hand in the face, it's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. They get Stephen Curry. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Bulls.
A lot of success from mid-range so far for them, guys. If nothing else works, they can always fall back on the jump shot.
And also, they've gotten the three-pointer to fall tonight as well. That's equally as important.
The dish to Ezeli. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Excellent feed from Steph Curry.
The Warriors shooting their 7th attempt at the foul line in this one.
And as a team, they're down around 72% for the season.
You know, they've really put themselves behind the 8 ball in so many of their games because they just have not been able to knock down those foul shots.
Mirotic, a screen on Curry. Here's Baldwin, and the rejection by Ezeli. Now the Warriors moving it up. Here's Thompson. Stolen away, and even 3-on-3 break. And Freak throws it down hard.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
And the shot is good. The Chicago lead has been cut to just 1 on the basket from Rush.
That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They've got to get more intense.
Butler in the corner. Now here's Freak, guarded by Curry. And here's Freak. 9 points in the game so far. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. Portis can't get it to go.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
Chicago has gone 5 of 9 when they put up the 3-point shot tonight. And Freak throws it down hard.
No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a 1-footer. Come on now.
Curry kicks to Green. Thompson outside. The feed to Ezeli. Thompson against Brooks. Thompson misses.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
Deep 2 from Brooks. Got it off in time, but it's no good. Through the first.
Yes, Kevin.
All right, listen up, everybody. The second half doesn't have to be as close.
Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get. Ezeli's checked in for Golden State. Rush comes in for Barnes. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Portis, he's checked in for Noah. Mirotic comes in for Pau Gasol. Aaron Brooks is checked in for Mike Dunleavy. And Freak subbed in for Rose. He ends the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson at the guard spot. Rush out there with Bogut, and it's Ezeli in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the Warriors' 5.
They're locked in from the charity stripe this half. Not a miss yet.
And trying to cut into this lead, they need every edge they can get.
And Thompson kicks to Curry. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Curry's got the lead up to 3 now for the Warriors. And Freak throws it down.
And really, he epitomizes what a point guard should be. I mean, his skills as a passer might actually be matched by that creativity he shows around the rim.
Well, judging by that jam, Greg, I'd say you're absolutely right.
Boy, that's a nice surge for them just when they needed it in a game that was so tight.
Here's Curry with the three, and another three for Golden State.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches. And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run, don't you think? Clark to the hoop for him there.
Momentum can swing on plays like that, Kevin, especially when the finish has that much thunder on it.
The Warriors haven't made a mistake at the line yet. 10 of 10. Stephen Curry hits them both.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Yeah, they've not missed a single foul shot this half, and that's taking care of business, fellas.
The ball, sticking too much.
Baldwin the pass to Mirotic. Now here's Freak, guarded by Curry. Mirotic has a wide open look, and he didn't get quite enough under that one. To the wing right side. Rush dishes to Ezeli. Over to the left wing. Curry. And again, it's the Warriors missing. We welcome you back to what has been a good one here as we get into the fourth quarter. The Warriors with some changes. Ezeli comes in for Draymond Green. And it's Klay Thompson in for Harrison Barnes. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Portis is checked in for Gasol. McDermott comes in for Mirotic. Aaron Brooks is checked in for Mike Dunleavy. And Freak subbed in for Derrick Rose. So for Chicago right now, Baldwin in at point guard. Portis is out there with Doug McDermott. Then there's Noah. And it's Brooks in a two guard.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Warriors.
You're right, Steve. In fact, during that break, you said it was a gutsy win. And, Steve, I agree with you. It didn't look like a game that was going to work out for them. But, Clark, man, how things changed in a hurry.
I agree with you. Gutsy's the right word for it, Kevin. What a comeback. I mean, incredible fortitude and handling the adversity that showed up. Not just to come back, but to come back and really win going away.
And an important milestone for them tonight as they pick up win number 10.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And that next meeting, Greg, will be their second and final game of the season series, being in opposite conferences. So you bet nobody wants to get swept even in a two-game season series. So I think the next game will be hotly contested.
And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was for Stephen Curry. He was big shots all game long. Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
Here's Clark. Knocked loose. So we see the Warriors taking the game here.
Andre.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now let's move on to the presentation of Stephen Curry. As the NBA's leading scorer, he delivered another outstanding performance among many this season.
It's the 2K Sports pregame.
Kings play before the hometown crowd, and we've got it for you live here from Sacramento, California. Thanks for joining us, everyone. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, and here with me today, Clark for a different look here. Tyler Zeller's checked in for Cousins. Evans comes in for Terrence Jones. Drew's checked in for Marco Bellinelli. And it's Collison in for Rajon Rondo. Then for the Bulls, Taj Gibson's checked in for Gasol. Mirotic comes in for Mike Dunleavy. And Freak subbed in for Derrick Rose. Taking a look at the Bulls, the big men are Gibson and Noah. Freak is out there with Jimmy Butler. And it's Mirotic in at the 3.
Move the ball. Stick it too much.
Freak dishes to Gibson. Poke loose. Shot clock at 5. Freak with it, working on Collison. And it's Freak missing.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Collison, the pass to Zeller. Second chance shot. And so he draws the... shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved a layup with that foul, and he'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
Portis, he's checked in for Noah. Chicago trailing here. And here's Freak. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Warriors in Oakland.
And Kevin, who says a point guard should look to pass first? I mean, not when you can finish like this fella.
Well, Clark, he wasn't going to give that opportunity up to a teammate.
Well, you know, Kevin, that's one he'll always take himself, and he should. I mean, you can't pass up that kind of opportunity or fun.
And that last replay courtesy of Pia.
How about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket?
Gibson with the screen on Collison. Throws it up high. No good from Gibson.
You know, just a little too fancy on that play.
Well, you don't want to force any play, but particularly the alley-oop. You'd like to try that when it's wide open.
A drive by Collison. It's Butler that time on the assist by Freak.
Gets that to go, but it's been a bumpy ride so far. Just 1 of 5 for him overall.
Now here's Collison. He's covered by Baldwin. And Butler sends it back. The feed to Mirotic. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
And that lead pass allowed him to get straight to the rim, unabated, in stride.
Here's Collison. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Gay against Butler. Here's Zeller. No luck. Great D that time from Gibson. Here's Baldwin. Off target from three-point range. Mirotic has a wide open look. And it's Chicago scoring again.
Pretty passing. Timely recognition as to where the open man was.
And the first big group substitution here for Sacramento. Tyler Zeller's checked in for Cousins. Evans comes in for Terrence Jones. Rudy Gay's checked in for Drew. And it's Collison in for Rajon Rondo. So for Chicago right now, Baldwin, he's in at the point. Taj Gibson is out there with Portis. Then there's Nikola Mirotic, and it's Butler in at the 2.
How about concentration? He gets hit, but stays with the play and gets the finish.
Innovation and improvisation right there, Greg. Finding a way to get that shot to fall after taking the contact.
Collison with it. Butler covering. Butler against Collison. Shot clock at 6. The rebound by Gibson. Gibson's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Freak kicks to Mirotic. Pass to Freak. They set the pick. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. He got right to the cup using that screen. And now an 8-point Bulls lead for Sacramento. They've gone 5 of 12 from the field here in the second. Kept alive, Evans. And there's the bucket. Stay with it on the offensive glass, getting it done. Evans has got his first bucket in this one. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. The Bulls have made 5 of 8 of their free throw attempts.
And typically a strength of theirs, 79% on the season.
And that's a little better than they did last year from the free throw line.
And both free throws good from Freak.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
My kind of hoops. Straight ahead, playing downhill, and physical.
Collison with it. Out defended by Freak. Gay left side. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. It's on Jimmy Butler. The Kings shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
Really hasn't come together for them as a group in terms of free throw shooting. Just around 70% on the season.
And this year they haven't quite been able to maintain the free throw percentage they had last season.
The Bulls leading by 7. Knocked loose. Dishes to Mirotic. Right wing. Now here's Freak. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Shots good by Gibson.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
Collison dishes to Zeller. Gay outside. Sacramento moving it around. Clock at 6. Feeds it to Bellinelli. From deep 3-point range. Rebound by the Bulls. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
Probably their poorest defensive effort all season long. I mean, at home, that kind of D is not going to cut it. Never mind when you're on the road.
Hey, I don't know, guys. This may be all speculation. Perhaps they had a bad flight into town the night before, and we all know a rough...
And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close. And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Kings. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Taj Gibson's checked in for Noah. Mirotic comes in for Pau Gasol. Brooks checked in for Mike Dunleavy. And Freak subbed in for Rose. Collison is out there with Drew. Then it's Tyler Zeller. Then there's Evans. And it's O'Brien in at the small forward. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
A moment here to see the numbers for Butler. He's averaging 11 points a game, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds. And while the numbers are decent, I really feel like he can do more.
Yeah, you know, his issue is more mental right now, I think. He just needs to block out the distractions and get back to being the star that he is.
Collison, the pass to Zeller. Down low. And the shot is good. The Chicago lead has been cut down now to just 6, and the basket from Darren Collison.
You got to love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of grinded out physical game.
That's the kind of look they can continue to go with. Maybe that'll help them create some separation on the scoreboard.
Here's Baldwin. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
Gibson the screen. The drive by Brooks. Bounces high off the rim and drops. And now it's a 10-point Bulls lead.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Bulls.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
Portis, he's checked in for Aaron Brooks. Stolen by Collison. And Collison with a clear path to the hoop. And yes, sir, that one drops.
Tell you what, that was all made possible by the heads-up defense at the other end.
And I love that as soon as they get their hands on the basketball, they immediately get out in transition.
Move the ball. Stick it to Mike.
Now here's Freak. He's covered by Collison. And now Sacramento on the break. Collison with the ball. And O'Brien gets it to go.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Gibson setting the pick for Freak. The kick outside to Butler. Now the dish to Freak. 4 on the shot clock. From deep. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Here's Gay. He isn't playing a big part of their offensive scheme, averaging around 15.5 points a game. Got a piece of it, and they'll keep possession. The drive by Collison. Yes, and a nice assist from Evans. And it's 6 points for Darren Collison. And as we conclude the third quarter, what a game. Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the fourth quarter. And so the big win by Chicago in a tight game.
Well, a solid team effort tonight, Joe Kim, and the bench certainly a big contribution. How important are the reserves to this team's success?
The 2K Sports postgame show.
2K TV postseason. The Road to the Finals tournament we've all been waiting for is this weekend, and we have all the latest updates. We hear from 2 of the qualified team owners and, of course, give you a chance at VC and 2K TV Interactive. Tune in now. Today on 2K TV postseason. The Road to the Finals tournament we've all been waiting for is this weekend, and we have all the latest updates. We hear from 2 of the qualified team.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Really has to work on his offensive game if he wants to be.
Let's meet the visiting.
Welcome everyone to the Target Center in downtown Minneapolis, Minnesota. It's the home of the Timberwolves, where we're broadcasting from live today. Welcome to the Tuesday night. Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Taj Gibson's checked in for Noah. Portis comes in for Pau Gasol. Mirotic is checked in for Mike Dunleavy. And Freak subbed in for Derrick Rose. So for Chicago right now, Baldwin, he's in at the point. Portis is out there with Mirotic. Then it's Taj Gibson. And it's Butler in at the 2 spot. Here's Black. He had 13 points in the win against the Lakers in Los Angeles. Mirotic against Martin. 6 on the shot clock. The shot is off, and Chicago will go the other way with the ball. This game coming on the heels of their win against the Kings.
And believe it or not, it wasn't the stars that led the charge for them in that win. It was about the role players. I mean, the guys who they don't usually count on for the lion's share of their points came through.
Guys, simply a complete team performance, and road wins where everybody contributes really can galvanize a team and bring it together.
The Bulls leading by 8. Now, Freak. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Gibson the screen. Kicks to Mirotic. And he can extend the lead to double digits.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
The shot's good on the assist by Butler.
They haven't been able to stifle him defensively here.
No, to the contrary. They haven't provided much resistance at all. And in this game, you've got to play both ends of the floor.
They set the pick. Jumper off the screen. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim.
Wow, got that one off right in the face of the big fella. Nice quick fire release.
Yeah, and the mid-range shot really the only option in that situation. Sometimes when you're facing a bigger guy, you can't get it all the way to the rim.
Good. Freak's got his second bucket of the night.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out.
Outside, Martin. He got it up in time, but it wouldn't.
All right, Target Center, coming on the court now are your Timberwolves dancers. Come on, give it up.
And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for Chicago.
Boy, they've come out of that locker room with the hot hand. Those jumpers have been falling for them.
And also, it's been a positive to watch that they've attacked the paint offensively as well. It's really been about the balance that they've shown.
Wiggins outside at the 3 with Anthony Towns at the 4. In the backcourt, Rubio and Muhammad. And it's Pekovic in at the 5. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Freak with it. And it's blocked. Rubio against Brooks. Here's Towns. On three-pointer, Wiggins. And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here. Both teams deciding to change it up. Chicago leading by 9.
2 minutes remaining in the quarter.
That's good, and he's now 3 for 4 from the field.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
Off the pick. Black, no good.
And with room like that off the pick, you have got to knock that one down.
Well, you know, they did everything right, Greg. They executed. All you want is a good look at the basket. Sometimes the shots just don't fall.
Gibson the screen. And a wide open look for Freak. Drops in the tray. Freak's got 9 points.
And really, the defense didn't do a lot to fight around that screen on that possession.
To the inside. It's deflected. And stolen by Mirotic. Butler passes to Baldwin. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. And that's 12 points for Freak.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of them.
Martin dishes to Black. And they come right back with their own three-point. He's got 5.
Back at you. I mean, they immediately get those 3 points back.
Trading spray guns from long range. Trading blows from behind the arc.
Shot from 12. And the rebound goes to Martin. Timberwolves trail by 14. From past the arc. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
Now here's Freak. 12 points for him. Takes a 3. Rebound, Minnesota. Their last game, a win against the Lakers, looking to carry it into this one.
And how about the game plan that was constructed for that one? I mean, it was apparent how powerless the D was to stop it.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I mean, they just didn't have an answer for anything they threw at them.
And that does it for the first half.
Well, Ricky, what does it say about...
Okay, guys, solid play so far. I like what I'm seeing, but just a few things.
And the third quarter about ready to get underway.
Just absolute.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. The Bulls leading by 4. So for Chicago right now, Baldwin in at point guard. Taj Gibson is out there with Mirotic. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Brooks in at the 2 guard. Here's Gibson. And he gets it to go.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Kicks it out to Wiggins. And the 3 off target. Chicago's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Passes it to Baldwin. The dish now to Mirotic. Gibson setting the pick for Mirotic. Buries it from three-point range. Mirotic has got his second bucket of the night.
Just look at what a sniper he is from long range. He's got such an unusual skill for a big fella.
He feeds it to Pekovic. 6 to shoot. Wiggins missing. Chicago leading by 9. Here's Baldwin. Wiggins with some nice D. Minnesota's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Goes up the baseline. Jimmy Butler comes up with the rebound. Butler's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Pass to Mirotic. Bulls moving the ball around. Now here's Freak. D right on him. And Mirotic throws it down.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And, you know, that lead's only going to grow if they're not prepared to defend a little more staunchly than that.
And stolen by Scott. Pekovic laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Pekovic has got 5 points now in the quarter.
That is some real serious dime dropping there. Exquisite assist.
And here's Freak. He's got 12. Gibson the screen. Freak dishes to Mirotic. He took good advantage of that screen. Mirotic has got 9.
Well, he knew how many inches he had over the guy. I mean, let's face it. Good decision to just rise up and take the jump shot.
And the shot is good. The Chicago lead has been cut down to 9 in the bucket from Black.
You can see that they're not as aggressive from the three-point arc. They had far more attempts in the first half.
Here's Baldwin. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now. The first one falls.
2 shots.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. 11 seconds left to play here in the third. Here's Levine. He dishes it to Towns. No good. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit. And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final on the court. And Chicago has possession. They've got Wiggins. He's out there with Muhammad. Ricky Rubio is out there with Towns. And it's Black in at the 2. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
Zach LaVine.
Minnesota's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. He kicks to Levine. On the wing, Wiggins. The 3.
2 minutes remaining in the quarter.
No good. Some solid defense from Baldwin. Chicago's gone 6 of 11 when they've taken the three-point shot tonight. Very respectable. Brooks outside. There's a good screen. An easy layup after coming off the pick.
And an open path to the hoop there. Easy bucket. We've seen that far too many times today.
Levine kicks to Bielitsa. Here's Black. Brooks covering. Feeds it to Levine. There's the triple. It's rebounded by Portis.
Not only is their lead big, but their advantage on the boards is huge too.
They've been the aggressors, plain and simple, outworking them, fighting for every loose ball.
Now here's Freak. He's guarded closely. Just 5 on the clock. Launches a 3. Shot is no good. And Minnesota will come the other way.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance. And this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Bulls.
You're right, Steve. It was a standout performance across the board. They were just, at times, Clark, it seemed toying with.
Yeah, like watching a cat play with a mouse, Kevin, quite honestly. They were able to do more or less, whatever they wanted to do.
And with this effort tonight, grabbing their 8th win of the year.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And that next meeting, Greg, will be their second and final game of the season series, being in opposite conferences. So you bet nobody wants to get swept even in a 2-game season series. So I think the next game will be hotly contested.
A fantastic show. And what an amazing all-around game it was for Butler. He was everywhere, defensively, offensively. The effort we saw from him tonight, I think, was the difference.
Here's Black. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. This crowd.
Joe Kim, plenty went right for the team tonight, and how you guys executed. What was the key to getting the job done?
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Many thanks, Kevin. So now we move on to our Jordan player of the game, Jimmy Butler. Jack, what'd you like about his game?
His accuracy from the field was pretty eye-catching. I mean, if he was shooting the ball, it was going in. You rarely see a performance like this with this crazy high shooting.
And folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure. For Kenny the Jet Smith, for Chicago.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
We're starting to get some early answers on this year's big questions in the NBA season. And here to tell us what it all means are the experts, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. I'm just your host, Ernie Johnson.
No one's an expert.
Huh?
No one's an expert.
Well, you guys try. Tonight, it'll be the Chicago Bulls up against the Cleveland Cavaliers. And for Cleveland, they are putting together an impressive stretch of basketball. Only one loss in their last 8 games. We'll see if that continues tonight. And with some time here to spare, let's talk leadership in the NBA. Kenny, who would you say are the best leaders on the floor in the league?
Wow. Well, obviously, the great Tim Duncan and the San Antonio Spurs with his leadership with Greg Popovich. They're the top of the list. You know,
Welcome to the weekend, everybody. Let's get it going with NBA action on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg with Doris Burke reporting from Chicago. Going with an almost entirely new group here. Taj Gibson's checked in for Noah. Mirotic comes in for Pau Gasol. Brooks checked in for Mike Dunleavy. And Freak subbed in for Rose. Taking a look at the Bulls. Baldwin, he's in at point guard. Taj Gibson is out there with Mirotic. Then it's Brooks. And it's Butler in at small forward. He had a nice open look right there.
A good open look, and he splashes home the three.
The Cavaliers trail by 7. The screen from Thompson. Thompson, a screen on Butler. Over in the corner, Williams. Thompson sets the pick for Williams. Busts the J after the cagey pass fake. Williams has got his first points of the game.
And those are two teammates right there working in rhythm. One setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
Gibson with the screen on Williams. Here's Baldwin, and he comes off the screen and slams it through.
And it was the screen there, guys, that freed him up as he ran his man into it.
And then it was all acceleration, GA, to the bucket right after that.
Almost a backboard breaker.
And that's definitely a shot that he has in his arsenal.
1:11 left here in the first quarter. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. This is his first chance at the line tonight.
Yeah, he's at 81% from the line. And when we've had a chance to see him, he's had great form and continues to look confident.
And I like the fact, guys, that those numbers have gone up since last season. I mean, he said free throw shooting was an area he was looking to improve, and he has.
J.R. Smith's checked in for the Cavaliers. And a change for the Bulls. Portis is checked in. James. The shot is off. Great D that time from Gibson. Freak with it, working on Williams. It's taken away by Smith. .29 seconds left in the first. Here's Williams. Good, and the assist goes to James. And it's 6 points for Mo Williams. Chicago leading by 5. Now, Freak. A 17-point game for him in the win against the Timberwolves in Minneapolis. Gibson setting the pick for Freak. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
And what a beautiful way to polish off that sequence. Just strong at attacking the rim.
That just puts a little more momentum on their side, don't you think?
Absolutely.
The defense got to tighten up now.
We caught up with Kyrie Irving earlier, and he talked a little bit about expectations for himself. Kyrie reminding us that it's not just the expectations of the fans and the media he and LeBron deal with, but also, and Clark, perhaps the most demanding of all, are the expectations they've got for each other.
Yeah, that's a great point. I mean, two guys who expect so much of themselves to start with, who naturally have a vision of how great the other guy should be. I mean, they're constantly trying to manage expectations while still demanding the best from each other. And that's a lot of fun to watch.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Bulls.
You know, guys, we've really seen them do a lot of damage in the paint so far.
And that's what's created a rhythm for them offensively. That's also why you see them knocking down that mid-range jump shot.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So on the floor for Cleveland, Love and Verjao are up front. Kyrie Irving is out there with Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Smith in at the 3. Baldwin the pass to Noah. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And Dunleavy gets it to go in.
Joakim Noah.
The Cavaliers trail by 8.
Cavaliers timeout. Ladies and
checked in for Freak.
Nice job, Cavalier.
And the first half is...
Guys, I'm here with...
Now it's been a one-sided affair so far. It's checked in for Chicago. Cavaliers have gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. So the Bulls 5 right now. At small and power forward, it's Dunleavy and Gasol. Jimmy Butler is out there with Freak, and it's Noah in at the center locking down the middle.
You know, he'll make you scratch your head and throw your hands up as a defender. I mean, you just don't know how to play him.
Now here's Freak, covered by Irving. The shot is off. Good D by Love. The Cavaliers trail by 11. And Shumpert kicks to LeBron. Varejao setting the pick for LeBron. Love wide open. He fires. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target.
You know, so many games are decided by which team wins the rebound battle, and that's held true in this one so far.
And Clark, their effort on the glass has given them the advantage, but it's also been the effort in general that's made a difference.
4 on the clock. It's Butler that time on the assist by Gasol. 14 points for Jimmy Butler.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
And the foul called on Freak. That is his first foul of the game.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Greg, those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Thompson, he's checked in for Varejao. And it's Williams in for Iman Shumpert. The Bulls also changing it up. Taj Gibson's checked in for Noah. And Mirotic subbed in for Mike Dunleavy.
Just a positive force right now for these guys. And though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
And here's Freak. He's got 6. And the refs are going to rule that unnecessary contact. It's a flagrant 1 foul.
Boy, a very hard foul that time, and the officials had to slap him with the flagrant. I mean, you can't let him get away with that kind of contact.
Yeah, gee, that's an easy call for the officials to make when there's that much contact. The league is really cracking down on those sort of plays.
Oh, my gosh, I just got that.
And both free throws good from Freak.
Just haven't been able to find an answer for Freak. He has 8 points, and he's managed to get 4 of his points by way of the free throw line.
And Clark, that might not make the highlight reel, but those are important points nonetheless.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Smith is checked in. Portis, he's checked in for the Bulls. Brooks comes in for Jimmy Butler. In the corner, Smith with it. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Williams. Smith's got 5 now.
You know, maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot the D can afford to give him.
Well, one of his issues is he's a player that just does not excel at fighting through contact on his way to the rim.
Love outside. Williams has a screen for Love. Feeds it to LeBron. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. Last outing for Chicago, they won that game against the Minnesota Timberwolves.
And you know what? Exactly what had to be done in terms of winning on the road. Never allowed any momentum to build up against them. Kept the crowd out of the game. And for every punch they took, they had a counter.
I was very impressed, Greg, with the way they stood their ground, even when they were on their heels some, coming through those moments where they were backing up a bit. That's what it takes on the road. You got to show that kind of fortitude and resilience.
And it's Freak missing.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Thompson, a screen on Mirotic. Williams dishes to Smith. The screen from Thompson. Smith, the pass to Thompson. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. Williams for 3, and Mirotic sends it back. And now Brooks running the floor all by himself.
Great hustle to turn the block shot into a fast break hoop. That's a big-time play.
The Cavaliers trail by 14. Pass to Williams. 29 seconds left here in the third quarter. Here's Love. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Love's got 10 points here in the second half. Freak kicks to Gibson. Good D from Love.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off.
Back to Williams. Puts up a three. No good.
And how many extra possessions have they gotten because of that rebounding edge?
Well, it's been a bunch, and I think it's made the difference in the game. I mean, they've actually...
And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. Chicago with the ball. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Kyrie Irving and J.R. Smith at the guard set. Kevin Love out there with Tristan Thompson. And it's Shumpert in at the small forward position. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin.
Boy, way to play. Hey.
Well, congratulations.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Kevin, much appreciated, and now let's present our Jordan player of the game, Joakim Noah.
He had point guard numbers tonight, racking up those 8 assists. It was a really unselfish performance. He kept the D guessing all night. You could never get comfortable with him, trying to figure out whether he was going to take it for himself or set up a teammate.
He had a sensational night shooting the ball. Over 60%. Reminds me of myself. If you're shooting...
And folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure. For Kenny the Jet Smith, for Shaquille...
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Ernie Johnson welcoming you to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm here with Shaq and the Jet. Tonight, it'll be the Chicago Bulls up against the San Antonio Spurs. Well, for San Antonio, they've been on a tremendous run, and we're deep enough into the season now to know that it's no mirage. These guys definitely for real. You look at LaMarcus Aldridge and all that he's been able to do in his career. While he might not be the best power forward in the game, he's certainly top three. What do you think, Kenny?
Well, on certain nights, he's the best. You know, he does things and has a skill set that's a nightmare matchup. A lot of guys can't do that. 2010 is just a regularity for him, but the way he gets it, you know, the true power forward of the
It's live coverage of the NBA on Monday night. Thank you for joining us here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And joining us in a bit later from the sidelines, Doris Burke. Almost entirely new group here. Taj Gibson's checked in for Noah. Mirotic comes in for Pau Gasol. Brooks checked in for Mike Dunleavy. And Freak subbed in for Rose. On the court right now for the Spurs. Duncan out there with West. Then it's Tony Wroten. Then it's Green, and it's Anderson in at the small forward spot. And it's Freak missing.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Wroten with it, out defended by Freak, kicks it to West. From 10 feet out, and all around the rim that time before dropping in. Here's Freak. 11 points for him in that last game against the Cavaliers in Cleveland.
Yeah, and talk about his scoring. I mean, Kevin, with the defense trying to pressure him, he did a good job of getting them to overcommit and getting himself to the line.
And he gets it to go.
Good ball movement. He put that pass in the ideal spot, right where it needed to be.
Now, here's Wroten. He's guarded by Baldwin. Duncan can't hit. The Bulls leading by 3. 1:05 left to play here in the first. Freak kicks to Gibson. That's good.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
Now, here's Wroten. He's guarded closely. They get it again. Chicago's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going. Oh!
Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control.
And that was Kia bringing you the close-up on the big-time play. And the Bulls making a change here. Portis is checked in. Chicago on defense. They lead by 7. Roten, the pass to West. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Left side, Gibson. Here's Portis. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. Portis has got his first basket of the night.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
It's becoming a theme in this game, Clark. They are piling up the points in the paint.
This is to Roten. 3 seconds left. And the layup is up and in.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
And Tim Duncan closing out what's been a remarkable career, a Hall of Fame career. Well, as Manu saying, Duncan, no doubt the long-term face of the Spurs franchise and arguably their best player ever, which brings up the conversation, Greg, of where he stands all-time league-wide.
Well, he's right there. And listen, let's give him a little more credit, man. He's got 5 rings now, you know, having won that championship 2 seasons ago. But look, Kobe's in that category with 5 rings and an MVP as well. So he's an all-time great. I don't know how you rank him, but when you have a conversation about the best ever, Tim Duncan will be in.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And look at how the hustle game has been going for Chicago.
You know, they've done a great job of getting a hand up on shooters. Actually have gotten a lot of blocks as well, solidifying.
Getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
On the court for San Antonio. Mills out there with Tony Roten. Then there's LaMarcus Aldridge. Then there's Porter with a little over a minute gone.
Move the ball. Stick it to Mike.
Freak with it. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points at 5.
Nice pass. He got the ball right into his teammate's shooting pocket. On time and on target.
Here's Marjanovic outside Aldridge. Here's Roten and the powerful one-handed slam.
And Kevin, who says a point guard should look to pass first? I mean, not when you can finish like this fella.
Well, Clark, he wasn't going to give that opportunity up to a teammate.
Well, you know, Kevin, that's one he'll always take himself, and he should. I mean, you can't pass up that kind of opportunity or fun.
Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Taj Gibson's checked in for Noah. Iritic comes in for Pau Gasol. Aaron Brooks is checked in for Dunleavy. And Freak subbed in for Derrick Rose. Gibson the screen. Off the pick. And Freak throws it down.
And, folks, he does more than just put 2 points onto their lead. He does it with a little bit of flair.
He sure does. You're right. It's a dazzling move to the bucket for him.
I'll tell you what, he may not be the biggest man in the league, guys, but he more than makes up.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
once he came upright with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it, too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
And the shot is good. The Chicago lead has been cut down now to just 8 points with the basket from West. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. Tim Duncan picks one up. The Bulls have shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far.
Yeah, looking over their percentage on the season, I think they will be thrilled with the number in terms of their free throw percentage, 79.
And, guys, that's really an upgrade over how they shot last season. Not a huge upgrade, but an upgrade nonetheless.
Great D that time from Gibson.
Well, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
And we've reached...
Coach, you're going...
The second half just about to get going here. So Chicago ends up going with the new group. Spurs leading by 3. Baldwin, he's in at the point. Taj Gibson is out there with Portis. Then it's Brooks, and it's Mirotic in at the 3. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Spurs.
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
And also, guys, they take a lot of pride in their ability to rebound the basketball, especially on the offensive end.
Chicago's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. And Freak throws it down.
And that is a major league flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the... The tide rolling in their direction.
You're exactly right. I mean, so often when a team gets that kind of explosive play out of its backcourt, that can really rally and galvanize the whole squad.
Roten dishes to Anderson. That's good. Anderson's got the lead up to 4 now for the Spurs.
A very hot shooting second half has seen them bring that field goal percentage way up.
Yeah, and they're cruising right now, looking to add to the lead.
Here's Green, and it's Chicago with the rebound. On this matchup with the Spurs, it's their first meeting of the season.
And you have to love it when there's a matchup like this. 2 teams that are at the top of their respective conferences going at it.
Well, you know, they split their meetings last season, and the way both of these teams love to compete, I wouldn't be surprised if that happened again.
Now here's Roten, guarded by Baldwin. And that one's good, Roten.
They're straying away from the three-point game here in the second half. And that's fine as long as they're on the lead and they're getting good shots. They've decided not to take nearly as many three-pointers in this half.
Now here's Freak, guarded by Green. Green with the block. Now Roten, he's got 9. Right wing. Back to Anderson. Picked by West. Feeds it to Duncan. 4 on the shot clock. Plays it up and banks it in. Now it's a 6-point Spurs lead.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
And stolen by Roten. from deep three-point range, and that's not going to go. Shots. Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the fourth quarter. A terrific game. Some changes for Chicago. Taj Gibson's checked in for Gasol. Dunleavy comes in for Mirotic, and Freak subbed in for Derrick Rose. San Antonio also making some changes. Duncan, he's checked in for Aldridge. West comes in for Manu Ginobili, and it's Kyle Anderson in for Patty Mills. On the court for San Antonio. Duncan out there with West. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Anderson, and the foul called on Freak. That is his first foul of the game. Manu Ginobili's checked in for San Antonio. Mills comes in for Anderson. And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Kevin, Greg Popovich was just going over the plan with his team. He was riding them pretty hard for the number of silly fouls they've committed in this game. He said, listen, we need to have some defensive discipline. Stop fighting on the shot fakes, stop reaching in, and stop giving them 3 points at the free throw line. We'll see if they'll respond, guys.
1:44 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Baldwin.
And ran his man straight into the screen and got a clear path to the bucket.
That is how it is done.
Excellent team play there on the pick, and then he rips it down.
And the replay, of course, presented by Kia. What a play. There's 1:40 left in the fourth quarter. Screen by Duncan. Pass to Mills. To the paint. It's deflected. Stolen by Noah. And they're moving it up. Up the floor. And Freak throws it down.
Oh, man, what a turnaround. Sensational play on D, and then the rapid-fire run to the basket.
Craig, they didn't wait around, did they? They went right for the throat.
Guys, this is crunch time now. When you got a chance to capitalize on the turnover, you got to take it and make it.
Goes up, finishes the break with a slam.
That very well may put the finishing touch on this one. Not at all the time to get sloppy with the basketball.
And how about the killer instinct on that possession? Not running the clock, but pushing the ball and tacking points onto the rim. Money there shaves a few points off the lead. And the later we get into this game, the more you're going to see him attacking the basket.
Excellent game we've seen from Manu Ginobili. 12 points, then his huge assist tally makes it all the more impressive.
You know what? He's the catalyst. He's the reason why this team plays with such harmony. And if his passing continues, they are going to be dangerous.
5 on the clock. Here's Baldwin. A rebound by the Spurs.
You rarely see him missing dunks, but the defender was right in his face on that one, and it threw him off just enough.
And an intentional foul right there. 6-second difference between shot and game clock. And so they foul intentionally. So the first one drops, and that puts them up by 5. And he cannot convert on the second. That misses.
Time running low here.
A quick score, Greg, and then probably foul him right away.
Duncan can't hit. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
but there was no time really to be selective. Stopping the clock was the priority.
2 shots.
And so both free throws are good, and it's a 7-point game.
Perfectly done at the stripe there. That brings their lead up to an even more. Comfortable level.
It's our time. It's our time. We are so close to closing this one out. Freak, you're the hot hand. So let's get him the ball.
There's 18 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And here's Anderson from the arc. It's rebounded by Portis. Here's Freak. Gibson the screen. Brooks outside. And so it's Chicago winning this one. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds, Clark.
You know what? They showed their character in crunch time.
Well, first off, congratulations.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hi again, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time now to present our Jordan Player of the Game. Freak. He put up a new season high tonight, and if he keeps shooting like he did tonight before the season's over, he might top it. A big key to his team's victory here.
I know Freak's going to have a lot of people back home in Harlem extremely proud of the way he played tonight. And they should be proud of him because his play was genius. Just a textbook example of how to gain a mental edge and continue to exploit it.
His accuracy from the field was pretty eye-catching. I mean, if he was shooting the ball, it was going in. You rarely see a performance like this with this crazy high shooting percentage. Wow.
And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for this evening. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K